Are FOX-1s still usable in War Thunder? At least in top tier? Hello guys, once again it's Matt, and today we're gonna try to answer that question. So thank you all the members and Patreons, make sure to subscribe. And yeah guys, with the addition of FOX-3s, there is a good old missile that is kinda getting in the backseat, and that is the FOX-1. The FOX-1s are the semi-active missiles, is what I mean, of course. But are they still competitive? Obviously in the lower ranks they are still meta, especially the R27ER. If you get a lower match, man, a lower ranked match, you're gonna get a lot of kills. So I got some gameplay with some MiGs and some NATO aircraft to actually take a look if we can actually get some kills. It very much depends on the BR that you get, that's the thing, right? If you get a lower BR, you're definitely going to be useful with these missiles, but if you get a higher BR, it's difficult. And what I mean about that is basically in top tier. Not in top tier, sorry, in BVR. Because if you actually use these missiles flying low and actually getting people from up close, these are actually very, very viable missiles still, okay? From long range, the problem becomes a little bit more apparent, right? So this is, for example, a very high tier match, and I don't know if you saw it, but yeah, there is at least 6 or 7 guys actually firing FOX-3s and stuff, and actually going for us over here. And I'm using the MiG-29G, which means that we don't have any FOX-3s, and you are still a 12.7 aircraft, right? So you have to deal with these BRs all the time. This is where the problem begins, right? I just lost the lock. But that's the thing. The R27 specifically can do something that no FOX-3s is doing right now. I can change targets. I can actually choose another target and get another kill. The funny part is that I wasn't aiming for that guy, I think. Or I was, I don't know. It's just that both the guys got killed at the same time there. In the general direction that I was firing. So I don't know if it was the target that I was actually hitting, or a target that I was flying just, you know, short of that one. But one of them got killed and it was from me, right? So you can get kills and you can get lucky. And with the R27 specifically, as I was saying, you can get success in these missiles. Anything else, probably you cannot. And I'm talking about only in BVR, in the common sense of using BVR missiles like this. Again, if you fly low, if you get people by surprise and at least like get a 20-kilometer shot on the R27ER, on the Sparrow, yeah, then you're gonna get a lot of kills, a lot more kills at least, right? But from up like 50, 40, 50 kilometers, it is pretty difficult, guys, and you will see why here. I'm gonna do the normal maneuver that I do here, and although the R27ER does have more range, a lot of people are just playing a lot more scared. And remember, the FOX-3s, they have a massive advantage over the FOX-1s, which is being fire and forget. Well, not fully fire and forget. If you really want to be effective with your missile, you gotta wait until the missile is up close to the target at like 16 kilometers from it. But I mean, the semi-active one you have to guide all the way through, right? So while I'm guiding, and this missile was going to hit, and I think it hits actually, but even though it does hit, I get killed as well. And I think I fired way before that guy. It's just that the R27, or that guy actually fired after me, I mean, right? So I actually fired, or he fired before, I fired after. That's what I meant. And even though I did that, the missile actually basically catch up, you know, did the catch up and actually got the kill. But, you know, the crank isn't really working, right? If it was on R77 in this case, on an AIM-120 or something, what it would happen is that closer to the 16-kilometer mark, on when the missile is getting there, I would just turn away, crank hardly, and of course notch and stuff, and do other maneuvers. But since I have to maintain the lock, it kind of becomes impossible to avoid these missiles while, you know, getting kills. It's really, really hard to do both of these. For example, here the target just used chaff on my missile, but AIM-120 was way too close to me and I couldn't get, you know, safe. And this was with the R27ER, so you can get kills, but as you saw, it is very hard to stay alive if you are trying to do BVR. So if you're gonna do this, if you're gonna fly an aircraft that doesn't have FOX-3s, or you don't have the FOX-3s yet, try to fly in a lower position and get people by surprise. Here is another example with Sparrow shots, right? And this is where I think the fun kind of ends with the FOX-1s, because although, yeah, the Sparrow is a good missile, it tends to miss more than the R27. The R27, if it's data link and stuff, it tends to be a little bit more effective and a little bit more precise, right? I'm getting into a lower rank over here. This is a lower ranked match with an F-16C. And did you see? Not very hardly, the F-14 that remained with a nose hot onto me for a very long period of time actually just did a crank, nothing else, and he managed to escape from the first missile. And guess what? The second missile went for chaff. So it's very, very, very easy to avoid Sparrows, right? So if you are flying something that has Sparrows, be careful. Really do be careful, and try to use your AIM-9s, because you know, they are always very, very good, as you see right there. So we can draw some lines here and bring some attention to some points. Obviously, the FOX-3s are better. Obviously, my point is not saying that you can still play with these missiles, but I think there is a way to position basically your aircraft in each type of missile and each type of combat that you are doing, to try to maximize your chances of getting a kill. With the FOX-3s, you are a lot more relaxed. You can fire from kind of the same ranges that these missiles, and there is this factor of just keeping a TWS lock there. If you really are scared, you just can turn around and run away, and when the missile goes active, you just don't care. You just dive down and get away from there, right? While with the same active, you have to stay there. So that's the point, you know. So the FOX-3s are way more relaxed when you are flying. The FOX-1s are a lot harder, and you have to be on your toes. Can you get a lot of kills with it? You can get kills with it, not a lot, right? Especially with the R27, but it doesn't mean that you cannot get kills with the Sparrow as well. You can. It's just a little tiny bit harder, and from time to time you will face a FOX-3s on a head-on at 20 kilometers like this, and you're still gonna get killed. It doesn't matter if your missile has more energy or less, you're just gonna get killed because it is a FOX-3. So stay safe out there. This is more to help you guys that are doing the stock grind or fighting in top ranks with an aircraft that only has Sparrows and R27s, but still. Let me know in the comments what your tactics are with these, and I see you guys on the next one. Bye guys.